I have a question for you. When was the first time you realized that you're not a superhero and that someday you have to face your own mortality? Death can be a very overwhelming topic for people. The idea of planning for one's death is equally difficult. That's why today I'm going to provide you with the ultimate estate planning guide for beginner. After today's video, I'll promise you that you'll walk away knowing the essential building blocks of an estate plan. I'm going to intentionally try to avoid confusing jargon so I don't overwhelm you. Listen, I've helped thousands of families over the past 30 years complete their estate plan using a faith-based approach that'll help you plan with purpose. I'll walk you through the core components of a will, trust, powers of attorney, and the steps to actually create your plan. Now, estate planning sounds complicated. It has legal documents, and there's probate, trust funds, and it's easy to put it off. But here's the truth. Estate planning does not need to be difficult or expensive. And estate planning can be done quickly, and oftentimes once it's done, you don't have to worry about updating it for years. And estate planning is not just for wealthy people. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple, beginner-friendly guide to estate planning so you can protect your family, your assets, and your peace of mind. So let's get started. Why does estate planning even matter? Well, estate planning is about control and clarity and not about the money. It's about setting forth the rules in which your estate will be distributed at your death, and you get to pick the person who manages the process. Here are some real-life examples. Both my mom and dad recently had medical emergencies. They're both in their 80s, and they needed help with financial decisions and guidance with their medical decisions. Since I was their agent under their power of attorney, I was able to talk to the doctors and help them heal nicely. Another example is a client that has been married twice, then divorced, and third time. He said third time was the charm. The problem is he had 3 kids from the second wife, and the third wife had 2 kids from the first marriage. And it is very important in these complex family dynamics that you plan properly. You don't want to leave it to chance. And my third example is this poor couple. They've been together for over 30 years. They never got married. And then he died. Unfortunately, none of the marriage laws in the state applied to them because they never got married. As a result, the surviving partner received nothing. This is why estate planning is important. What is the core documents? Well, a will, it sets forth the executor, the guardian, and who will get your assets when they're dispersed. Then there's a trust. A trust is just like a will, except it helps you avoid probate, it's private, and it offers you asset protection. Then there's powers of attorney for healthcare and financial matters, and these help you in the event that you should become incapacitated. And incapacity can come from a stroke, it can come from a crippling disease. So let's avoid these pitfalls. Not doing an estate plan will usually end up with unintended results. The wrong people will be in charge, and the wrong people will inherit your money. Also, often people will try and do it yourself, DIY, and those plans end up being defective. Finally, people will do a plan, but it will be outdated. I recommend that you do check them every 5 to 7 years to make sure that they are up to date. The exception to that rule, of course, is if you're in your 80s or 90s, you might get away with doing it and being done. So how do we get the process started? Decide what your goals are. Make a list of your assets and choose the key people that will help you. Then talk to an attorney. We will guide you through every step. It's much simpler than it sounds. Planning ahead is a way of protecting what God has entrusted to us. It's about stewardship and caring for your family and the future with wisdom. Estate planning doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right help, you can protect your family and move forward with confidence. If you're ready to take the next step, reach out. We're here to help. Schedule a consultation today. Call us at 847-802-9912. And if you missed our last video on how siblings can successfully manage an estate together, be sure to watch that next. It's packed with practical insights for navigating family dynamics and estate law. See you there!